Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the natural. So last year I did a little bit of a franchise mode, being a CFM guy, but I didn't really stick with it. And I hopefully this year I'm gonna really try my best to really focus on do a much better job and start a CFM, keep up with it. And I'm not a big offline CFM guy, so that seems to be pretty popular, which I don't know. I mean, people like that, but I prefer the online CFM in a league full of playing users. Games are to me more interesting playing versus a user than versus the computer. So this is going to be an online CFM with 32 other owners there, and it's actually really cool. I joined the SimStandard League, so CFM. So it's going to be it's a sim league, and it's also some really cool ballers in it like Azure Effect, and we've got who else you guys would know, like Specialist Smitty. He's another game changer there, as well. NY Kia, he's pretty well known. I think I missed Sim F-Ball Critic, should be in there with the Steelers. Rob might already, there you go. Sim F-Ball Critic. So it's a couple of pretty well known guys in there that are very active in the CFM and Sim leagues and with Madden. So it should be really cool. Got some names in there that will get to play against. And so I got the Eagles. I got one of the last picks, and surprisingly, they're one of the last teams left. And I think the Eagles are one of the most balanced teams in the game this year. I might sound crazy to people because they have a rookie quarterback starting and a lot of youth, but I think they're a great CFM team to build up. And so basically, we're just going to start there. I have some big decisions, things to make, but let's go ahead and just check out the roster here, and we're going to just go through that. So we're on week 1, and we went through the preseason. And unfortunately, the commish actually did not turn injuries off. So we got a good amount of injuries starting off there. So we have some things to overcome early on. Let's just see the injury report. The biggest one really is mostly backups, but the biggest one was Kendricks being out. I mean, a lot of these guys are backups here, but Kyle Kendricks, he is so nice. In the preseason, I played Sim in one of the games, and actually fared pretty well. And when I won the game, it wasn't really super close. No insult to him there, but Kendricks was a beast. I mean, this dude was. I was shocked because I'm running a balanced offense, a hybrid offense, running 4-3 and 3-4 and 4-4. I run a lot of different formations, and I thought Kendricks being just a 4-3 linebacker that he wouldn't fare too well, but he had like 2 sacks, and he was like putting pressure, getting to the court. Like, I was so surprised just with his speed alone, he was able to actually get to the quarterback. Maybe because he want to get some second stringers or whatever at some point in the game since it was preseason, but he really showed that he has the ability to rush the passer. That was something I was going to work with him on increasing as the CFM goes on. But unfortunately, he's out 7 weeks, so I had to shuffle the roster around a little bit, and we can take a look at that and see. So it's a little disappointing with that, but I know some other guys in the league that really got hit hard. They have pre-existing injuries on, plus the injuries that guys got in the preseason when they simmed through some of the games. So there's some teams that got hit hard way worse than me. I really only lost one quality starter. So starting off, and I think the Eagles have look, the balance of the team. They don't have any major weaknesses. They don't have any superstars really on the offensive side, but they're pretty balanced. So let's start off with Peters there, 85 overall, and then Kelsey was actually a center that I moved over to left guard because the left guard was like mid 70s or whatever. So I moved Kelsey over, so 82. Whiskey, he stayed. I moved him he was the backup at 81 overall, so I moved him to a starter. Brooks being the only below 80 overall lineman, so I can get him up there. Then Johnson, 87 overall there. And then Ertz. I love their tight ends with Ertz and Selleck. 2 quality tight ends. Ertz being more the receiver guy, Selleck a little more balanced. And Burton from old Florida days, he kind of sucks, but I like to have him on just for, I don't know, Florida. There's no real reason I can think of. So let's go into the receivers, which is probably the weaker point of the offense, but they've got some good young talented receivers. With Matthews, he's quick development, a beast in the making. Actually, Englor, one of the slot receiver, actually made our sleepers list. If you guys haven't check out our CFM sleepers list that we have for pretty much almost every position now. Only missing about 3 or 4 to finish up, but he's on there. He's nice. He's got to work on his hands a little bit, but he's got good speed, good size, everything. And Green Beckham. I'm about to say Beckham Jr. Green Beckham that they signed from the Titans. Traded the Titans for. Got a steal on him. He is huge. Got good speed, good hands. Young receiver, and Huff actually as well is another good one. A pretty good wide receiver sleeper. And then the backfield, I'm not a huge fan of. Usually, I'm more of a try to get a center point back or focus primary one running back, but I'm gonna have to do by committee because I really don't like their backfield. It's probably the thing I like the least about the Eagles. With Matthews, he's gonna be more of the pounder, the middle guy. Varner's gonna be the speed guy, and Sproles is gonna handle all the receiving there. And actually, this guy was Smallwood. I never really heard of him, to be honest. But he actually, I've used him in the preseason. He was legit. He's got some good speed. I mixed him in there a little bit when Varner got tired for speed stuff. So the running back is probably something I'm definitely going to look to upgrade in offseason. I'm not a huge trader as far as trading guys usually in CFM. I like to take the guys I have and build them up, and then build through the draft. So, I mean, if you guys see there's any trades you think I should, get rid of this guy, get the guy, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely think about it. And of course, Wentz, who first week of the preseason really showed out and was definitely easy rookie of the week there as he just dominated the Browns. So we have here, he's got good passing stats, and I didn't know his mobility is like 82 speed. Like, that's straight. I mean, that's like a mobile quarterback, legit mobile quarterback there. So we have to work on some of his accuracies. Plus, it's a little tough. The sliders, they actually have the sliders turned up or down. They actually keep your accuracy down. So it's I had some struggles with him when first week of the preseason I played, it was fine. I was practicing stuff, but then they adjusted the sliders, and it was like, oh my god, like he was just missing drags. And so I'm not sure if they actually turned it back or they left it. Oh yeah, they left it. It might have been on 20, but yeah, it's a struggle, man. I see what they're trying to do, but to me, it might be a little bit low. I mean, you don't want it where you got Johnny backup quarterback slanging the rock all across the field, throwing 40-yard bombs on a tightrope. But at the same time, I was missing 3-yard drag, like wide open drags. I mean, no pressure or anything. He was just throwing them to the ground or behind it. It was just ridiculous. So, for me, I'm not a huge fan of changing the sliders. Besides that one, they didn't change it that much. But for me, in general, with CFMs, I like to play a season first, understand, get to know the game, and then adjust sliders as the league sees fit. So everyone kind of, has input into it and see what they like and what they want to do. And like, there was too many, the field goals are too easy, or there are too many fumbles, too little fumbles, too many interceptions. So look at the league. I like you analyze the league stats and the feedback of the league, and that's how you do it. I just hate people, they jump right in and then like, let me go to Operate Sports, grab the latest sliders. Oh, here we go, fix the slide. That's what this guy said I should do. I'm gonna go do it. Like, I hate that. So I'm not a big fan of this, but they took a vote and people voted for all Madden with sliders, which, hey, I mean, again, it's not my league. And we do have leagues on the site. But I've playing those leagues for so long. I like to venture out and switch it up and play in different leagues. And I think this SimStandardRadio League is actually a pretty good opportunity. So let's go over to the defense real quick. And I had a fullback. This is one of the guys I picked up. He's a young no-name guy that had good speed, decent blocking, so I'm going to build him up as we go. And onto the defense, we got the Cloud as the free safety who's legit. So I had to, like I said before, I had to move the linebackers all around because of the injury to Kendricks there being out so long. So I actually moved Bradham over to his slot, and Brandon was a outside linebacker on the other side, which he actually has quick development, which I wasn't aware about until I got the Eagles. So he's one of the guys I'm gonna groom to be a great linebacker for the team. And so it might work out better that Hendricks got injured, that I'm gonna have to focus on Brandon more to fill that position. So he's there. Gooden was one of our, I don't know if he's on the list this year, but I know last year he was on our sleeper middle linebacker list or coverage linebacker list. And so I grabbed them in the. We were able to pick up one free agent per week, and I got some good free agents in there. That guys are. I guess I just for doing those sleeper lists and with dirty and stuff, we really can identify those guys who are not rated high. But overall, it doesn't really matter. He's 6'6" overall, but he's got 88 speed, 87 hit power, 81 pursuit, decent finesse moves, block shedding and play rec the only things I really need to focus on. And play rec not even that bad because I user control the middle linebacker. So really block shedding is the only thing that I need to get up on him. I mean, if you can't see some of his other stats, I don't believe. Oh yeah, here you go. So 74 zone coverage, 74 man coverage. That's great for a middle linebacker. 87 agility. What was the? I'm trying to find his jump is like crazy. I think he has like high 80. It's not hard, but he has like high 80 something jump as well. So this dude is a physical beast. It's just that he has a couple of the intangibles that need to get risen up, but he plays so much better than 6 overall. Actually, in my game for Sim, I think he had like 2 picks and 1 pick 6 with like 7-8 tackles. It was crazy. Dude's nice. So he's actually starting before. I had him as I had him actually formation subbed in. I had a formation subbed in only on like nickel, dime, and some of the obviously passing formations that I call on defense. But he's actually moved to starter, full-time starter now. And then I moved Tulloch over to the left outside linebacker and Hicks into the second middle linebacker for when I run 3-4 formations and stuff. And so Jenkins, he's the star of the defense there at 93 overall. And I was surprised. I thought Jenkins was a free safety. Now, I know in NFL nowadays, they're so interchangeable. You have to have free safeties that can play the run and strong safeties that can cover the pass. So they're much more interchangeable than they ever. They're not as super defined roles as they used to be. But I always thought Jenkins was the free safety. So I was actually considering moving him there. But they're both rated the same pretty much. So maybe that's something I'll look at during the season, see how I play my defense. If I, start playing more safety one high, and and I'm getting killed over the middle, if I don't think the free safety is aggressive enough, maybe I may move Jenkins in there. But we'll see how it goes, how I play the defense. So I don't use it a free safety, I use it a middle linebacker. So we'll see if he makes plays in the box or if I can use him better, deeper in coverage. So going to the corners, my corners are like a work in progress, man. We'll get to those. So the front seven is legit. Front seven is legit. So we got Barwin and Curry, who I switch up depending on the formation and formation subs. I don't use custom playbooks, so formation subs work perfect for me. I have no problems. I'm not a big custom playbook guy anyway. So that's great. I have no issues with custom playbooks, and so it works fine with my formation subs. So I switched both of these guys in depending on situation, different formations. Cox is crazy. Like, he was just penetrating on the run and the pass. He is like in there all day. And Graham was really, really good against the pass there. So as far as let's take a look at these corners. These are some free agent guys I picked up because the Eagles starting corners are pretty. That's probably the biggest weakness on the whole team is their cornerbacks. But their linebackers are pretty good. The safeties are good. It's just the corners are like. The thing is, you can scheme around. I think you can scheme around bad corners. Don't run a lot of press, cover one man. Don't run a lot of cover three, leaving the guys one on one. So you can protect the corners. I can protect the corners depending on coverages I'm calling. So I'm gonna try my best, and we'll see how it goes. You guys see how it goes during the season. So I have some other guys that I've like Leo's McKelvin. And this guy was like the starting cornerback. Like he's not that fast. His play recognition is good, but look at his own coverage. Like, look at his press. Like, this was like the starting cornerback. Like, he was starting previously. So I picked some sleeper guys off the, there's still older guys, and then this year, man, like 29, 20, like getting up in the 30s is like a death knell for guys. 30 years old, it's like the regression being so strong the way it is. You gotta stay young, man. You have to stay young. So I was like, hey, you know what? Instead of grooming these guys and moving them in later, I'm just gonna start the youth movement now. Hey, I might get burnt. My pass defense might be garbage the first year or two, but I'm gonna throw these guys out there. Try to get some XP into them every week, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I can build them up. They've got the physical tools. Carroll being the one veteran that I left in there because he has good stats, good coverage. So he's the one holdover, but the rest, 3 years, 2 years, and a rookie that I'll probably work in over Ron Brooks eventually. So these two guys, Sanders Cummings and Kendall James, just out of the free agent pool, pulled them. They got good speed, good acceleration, agility. Sanders Cummings, he must have been like a safety or something like that because it's a former safety because he's strong and he has like good ass block shed. It's crazy. 6'6" block shed from a corner. It's crazy. So good press, 83. His press isn't that great. But look at their coverage ratings. 80 man coverage 74, 84 man coverage 78. Like, these are better than my previous starting cornerbacks. These are guys off the free agent pool. So always check free agencies in your leagues. Always see, or like I said, check out our sleepers list. We have some guys that I could possibly trade for. But that's one thing I haven't even really reached out to too many guys in the league to see, will they trade this guy, that guy, and we'll see. Because I think I have good speed and depth at the receiver position that some guys that people might like, that have good size, and speed. I might even move somebody like Beckham, who's a good receiver, but I honestly can run my offense without him, I believe, because Aguilar and Huff are to me both solid guys with good speed and good decent enough hands that I can raise up. And this is one guy I picked up, Bird, off the free agent wire just for kickoffs and punt returns because his speed is insane, and that's huge this year on kickoffs. Speed, I'm actually working on a how to return kickoffs video, and speed is so key this year, even more. Last year, a lot of it you can get away with having really good juke and making that move on the last guy towards the outside and breaking it. But speed this year, the way I do it, you don't even have to have good juke. It's just pure speed. So that's pretty much the team here. Let me see if I can do. Let's do a big. Why not? Let's do a big decision. And let's see. Oh man, big decision for the season. Conservative 7 wins, 8 wins. Objective low, medium. Oh man, it's really tough. I really can't. With the site and everything, I can't dictate or really put too much time at the game as I used to. But I can't see myself not making the playoffs. I probably can. Not to toot my own horn. I don't think I've ever started the season from week 1 with any team and just not made the playoffs in the league, in any league. So I doubt we'll reach Super Bowl or anything like that with this team. Is too young. Still young quarterback, has some growing to do. Weak at the running back position, not that great. Okay. Really raw at the wide receiver position. Cornerbacks straight garbage right now. So I doubt I'll go far when you start matching up against the better teams in the NFC. They just can't stand up, especially with all my linebackers so banged up. I don't see myself going too far. But as far as making the playoffs, I think we can do that. I really believe division round. That's a big jump from making the playoffs to division round. Holy cow. 11 wins. Make the play. That's about the same. Man. I'm going to go for it. I'm actually going to go for it. I'm going to risk my coach. Doug Peterson's job was on the line. First year as a coach, I'm going to risk it. And I'm going to go for the reach division round. Let's go for it. Let me know in the comments you guys think you're going to win. Play a little safer, but I'm going for it. So that's my big decision there. Set the tone for the season. I'll go ahead and get this weekly training started. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode introduction to the team. I'm really going to work hard to stay with this and keep you guys and do a update and any good games or every week, whatever, and give you guys an update on the team, how things went and everything. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know how you think about the series, anything else I should do, or any decisions you think with the Eagles. Or if you just feel like, hey, the Eagles suck, you have no chance, just let me know in the comments below. All right, this is Natural. I'm out.